And what kind of machine camera you guys are using? Besides, I already know you guys.
Well, I'm using
HV 20, 30, 40, 30? Okay. What about the two gentlemen in the back end who check in your cell phones? What equipment are you using for shooting?
Sorry?
What equipment you use for shooting your movies?
I'm not using anything yet, that's why I want to.
Okay. What about you?
I'm a musician, so I use different. I do shoot films.
Okay.
It's completely different, but I was interested in this.
Oh yeah, you Tyler, right?
Sorry?
You're not Tyler.
I'm not Tyler.
There's a guy that Tyler's will be helping me out, but he's not here. Okay. Shooting independent films is very important. The most important thing is when you shoot a movie, you want to make sure your visual and the audio works together. There's a lot of time, and my personal experience was when you're shooting a visual and you have a beautiful look, you somehow omit or forget about audio part, and then you have a very, very crappy audio. Case in point, if you go, how many of you guys involved in 48 hours film project? I had to deal with Cleveland one because I had to take everybody's footage and then put it together into a Blu-ray. And I would say 80% of those footage that I got, they have picking issues, audio issues, or they just crappy audio that I had to adjust the level to make them all perfect. So you guys don't have to say, oh my God, this is too loud, this is too low, and whatsoever. Although whatever projected the screen, it's not my fault. I do hear there was a lot of problem there, so that's something that's happened with the projections at house. So when you're shooting a movie, audio is very important. And a lot of people will tell you that if you have good audio, your movie looks wonderful. Even though it can be the crappiest movie in the world, the audio is actually helping out and making it perfect. So that's very important. And having a good audio equipment is one of the things that, as a filmmaker, you want to be able to invest into. Not all of us have money in our pocket to be investing in filmmaking equipment plus audio equipment. So I got here a lot of toys, and those are toys I collected. Well, some of them I collected within a week. The other I collected throughout the years, throughout the time, to just show you the difference of what they can be used. And I also have speaker. So first of all, as a filmmaker, I don't want to use the regular speaker that you buy in the store just because they give you the audio sounding you needed, but sometimes it doesn't give you the bass or the treble that you are looking for. Musicians will use more expensive equipment than I will use here, just because they are more into musical stuff than I do into video stuff. So it's a little different. And since you do have a composer in the back there, one thing that we also realize in making film music is the music for film or the audio for film is held to enhance the video. So we don't, in my point of view, is I don't put too much emphasis on the audio in the sense of making the music loud, like you want when you go to theaters and the music is so loud that you can't hear the voice. But I want to be complementing the music with the sound effects, with the voice, and finally do with the video. So there's two types of ways you capture your audio. HV230 using the 1.8 input, I believe so.
Well, I'm using,
right? XLR adapter, right? Right. I'm gonna go through that. Or you can use the XLR adapter like what you see here, or this type. The difference between a 1.8 input and XLR adapter will be what? This have more balanced output. This have like less balance wise. However, this is a little bit different. This is a balanced adapter that we use. I use because I want to pick up the best audio. So when you use a HVX200 or DV camera, you can input by using something like this type of cable, or using XLR cable. Then you should be okay. You don't need to worry about slating because it's already there. But if you're going to be using an external equipment, slating would be a very good idea. So that's the reason they have a slate machine. You know, when you see the Hollywood film, they have a slate. Most people didn't know in the past, in the future, in the past when people shooting films, they use a slate so they can sync the audio and video and the film together. Because on the film camera, you don't have audio. So either record the audio on the that equipment, or what other equipment they use. Not the tape equipment. Any equipment that can be synced up with the film. So that's why they do the slating. With the technology now, we kind of move forward. If your camera does supply you with XLR input like the XVS200, then you should get a balanced XLR cable, and then you pick up a good shotgun mic. Here's a different kind of shotgun mic. Oh, wait, where's my two other shotgun mics? Shotgun mics are very important to pick up audio is because of the, I'm actually talking about all the perspective of the filmmaker because I'm not an audio guy. I just like to shoot and have good audio. Hey, this is all the shotgun mics. This is the Sunsender's, thank you, 66, which is about $299. This is the Biodynamic MSCE 86. It's about $399. So this is supposed to be better than this one. This record crisper and clearer sound compared to this one. This is 20 years old. I got this 5 years ago. But this still works, so you can see the quality of the difference there. Now, they call it unidirectional mic. Basically, is anything in front of the microphone will be picked. So around it will be picked less or have less receptive of the audio. I think this is a roomy one, yeah. So like this one. Now this is a $40 shotgun mic. It is a cheap Canadian company. They do a lot of cheap microphone, but it is not for picking up good audio. Like you were using it for stage, or you would pick up the ambient sound. This car probably will be sufficient enough for a $40 equipment. So when you use it for interviews, or for your documentary, we probably suggest that you use a wireless mic so you can have more room, or you have a wired lab, so you can use something like this. With that, we use a lab. The problem with this is you had to plug into the wire and the electricity all the time, and will give you lots of problem in the sense so you cannot move it. And if you don't have it grounded into your wiring in the building, you will hear a humming noise. You can fix it in post, but it's very, very annoying humming noise. It sometimes goes higher than lower. We were shooting one day in one location using a wireless mic, and somehow the whole house was not grounded. We pick up the church choir service 2 blocks away from it, and it was very annoying because we couldn't record anything because we hear people singing. It's very faint in the background there. So you have to keep that in mind to be watch out for.
Admit it. You're the one who killed him. You seduced him, gained his confidence, and then when he wasn't looking, you reached into your purse and without conscience or remorse, you pulled out a gun and shot him. And cut. Curious? Visit theindygathering.com, a film festival, and so much more.
In today's world, there is an absolute need to know how to protect yourself. But who has the time or money for lengthy training sessions with techniques you may not remember in a time of need, or which can wind up putting you in even more danger? With Escape and Survive, you will learn effective, easy-to-remember techniques for getting out of dangerous situations. No complicated moves, no expensive, time-consuming training. Just common sense self-defense. Book your seminar today at escapeandsurvive.com.
Cheaper camera do not have control, the volume control, so you use an adapter which is an XLR to a 1.8 adapters. Those are pretty good actually. They do a really good job for it. A lot of people recommend for that. It costs about $299 or so, $150.
Yeah, the adapter was like $180.
Yeah. So it's not really expensive equipment. If you're using cheaper equipment like that, that'd be great. So when you put this in the mic and the person, you will either microphone above, your microphone below, depending how the scenario is. And if you have a wide angle shot, a person walking, obviously a wireless mic would be better because you can just put it back, hide it up, and then you can walk around and nobody will notice it. And, well, most of the time people wouldn't pay attention to it. There has been a new kind of wireless mic that they're using on stage that you can't even see a thing that there's a mic. I tried to figure out myself where the mic was hidden, but sometimes they put it in hairnets or within their hair and hairstyle or makeup, so you couldn't see it. So that's the different part. Now, obviously, for shooting a film, you need a boom pole. So I have two different: a cheap homemade and professional made. Which one is heavier?
Oh no, lighter.
The lighter one is this one is lighter. This is heavier. This extended 10 feet. This extended thing is 11 feet. This is only $10. This is $150. Is that? Correct. This is a high range light bulb changer that you can buy at Home Depot and put it out there and you can change light bulb. So if you have Velcro, you can buy this Velcro 50 this pack for $6. And you can just wrap it around it, and then you have a really cheap boom pole. And just really the same thing. And the good thing I like about this is the color, because it's yellow. I can see it on the camera, and I know that it's in the camera. So it's actually pretty cool. Something I do is, I used to have, which I lost it on doing the shoot for music video, a perfect shotgun mount that I can actually fit it in here perfectly well. And then it works so well. But unfortunately, I lost it when I'm shooting film. And I buy this cheap one for $14. It doesn't work. So I still get an adapter for that. What they claim on this is why this is so good. Supposedly because you can also run the wire into this tube, and then you don't see the wire. The problem with that is if you're in a rush and shooting a movie, you don't have time to go in and out, in and out, in and out, and then readjusting the whole cable setting. So everybody suggests don't even bother putting the cable inside. Use, wrap it around with a Velcro, then you probably should just use a cheap one. This is really light, so you can feel free to play around with this.
Johnny, I use a golf ball retriever.
That also is, how much?
$11.
$11, yeah. So the whole set of the yellow one is $9.99 with all the light bulb changing set. So you can just readjust them, duct tape them around, and then you have your little cool boom pole and it works. It looks ugly, but it's on the shot, you know it's on the shot, right? So it's always there. So on location shoot, you're gonna need headphone to monitor your recording session. You can use what they call the headphone to cover your ears, which is huge and ugly in the sense of for carrying around. Or there's a new one called, well, this is not new, this has been around, in-ear studio monitor headphones. Okay, this is a little bit, this has been recommended by a lot of people because they have like called the noise reduction. So once you put it in, you hardly can hear anybody else around you. Costs only $20. So it's the Sony one that everybody been using, $20 for big ones. So, but the difference is, if you're traveling light, you have a little audio gear like this that I travel around with. You just have to have this in there, land off, and then you can do your stuff. Little toys. So if you want to play with them, you can feel free to come up here and plug your stuff in and play, because we only have half an hour, so we have to get out here soon. Now, for those people shooting DSLR or shooting any camera does not have any good audio input, then you're going to rely to any external devices. There are a lot of different devices called the field recorders. Back in the 80s, I used the mini disc recorder, little tiny thing with a mini disc, which is kind of cool. You can record audio with your video and then kind of do the job. Other people use professional one called DAT, which I can't afford those, like $3,000, $4,000 ones. So I use mini recorder disc, $80 I got one. Now they are selling a lot of these cool little devices. Actually pretty cool. This is a Tascam DR05. It's a mini recorder disc. Recorder can record as much as your SD card can handle. And there's two companies actually competing against each other. The Zoom, which is the that made the H21, H2.4n, H1n, etc., and the Tascam. They are competitors. The difference is this is cheaper. That's the reason why they are here on this table. This good thing about this, you can use a balance adapter like this, and you can actually record really, really good sound. And does a really good job. You can record, and the battery lasts maybe about 3 hours for the full 2 gigabyte to 10 full days recording. Now, you don't like to carry on a lot of cable like this because it's pain in the butt. You want to carry something simpler. Then you spend a little more money. Oh, by the way, refurbished, $50. Okay, new one, $99. You can buy it in BH probably $80. Okay, and come with the battery and a 2 gig SD card. It also can plug into your computer directly, so you can just pull the data out from it. Now, you think that carrying this, but XLR cables, everything else is pain in the butt, and you might lose audio quality because you're carrying this. Because the more thing plug into the cable, the more audio you're going to lose. Then you buy something a little better like the H4n, which is everybody using right in a production shoot, or something like this. This is the competitor of the Zoom H4n. This is called the DR40, and the difference is this is $100 cheaper. And the other difference is the H4n can be used as a computer audio recording device. So you can actually plug it into the computer, thank you. And you can actually use that as a microphone to record.
Are you a filmmaker looking for the location of your next project? Contact the North Coast Film Commission. With small cities throughout Ohio, we're here to help with your film, television, and commercial productions. With low to no cost permits and locations, we'll help stretch your budget. From our production resources to our talent database, we will show you just what the North Coast has to offer. Visit northcoastfilmcommission.com today.
This August, come to the film festival where East meets West.
It's an incredible showcase of over 75 films from around the world.
And it's more than just a film festival.
It's a place where filmmakers can gather together with the audience
for one amazing weekend
to celebrate the power,
the drama,
the joy,
the magic of independent film.
The Indie Gathering International Film Festival.
It's so much more than you ever imagined.
Welcome to Movie Outline 3, your first step to a successful screenplay. Movie Outline is powerful screenplay development software for both the amateur and the professional screenwriter, which uses the simple technique of step outlining to build your story, characters, and screenplay scene by scene. With Movie Outline, you can easily plan and customize your story structure, color code acts, rearrange scenes, develop and track characters, format your screenplay, and compare your own story to successful Hollywood movies. Movie Outline is the ultimate writer's tool. Visit www.movieoutline.com to download the free demo today.
This can record 4 channels, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Okay, this can record one audio in, but 2 levels. So you can have high level and low level, which means that if you have pick, they will never pick anymore. I think the H4n can do the same thing, but I haven't had a chance to really play with it, so I have no idea.
You need a splitter.
This one?
The Zoom needs a splitter.
It's a need a splitter? Okay. So what's good, what's bad, doesn't really matter. It's a matter is whether or not you take it on the street and then you shoot something and you do get good quality audio. The difference is also the price. This is $100 cheaper. This refurbished one of $100, new one $150. So this is a DR40 from Tascam. Now you see this little thing in the back. So I went crazy. I said buying this little device, and I had to go shoot on the street with my DSLR camera, and I had no way to put this in my pocket. so it's really pain in the butt. So I thought this shop around for a little pocket holder for a recorder, and there's like those cell phone holders they can put in there, kind of cool and everything else, but it's not what I like to do with because I don't want to put them in a holder. So found out this from Amazon.com. This is what they call a clipper for DSLR cameras. You tie this on the back of the DSLR on a hose, and then you just clip it in there, and it gets very securely locked in there, so it doesn't go out. The only way you get it out is to push it in and pull it out. So you can use it for a DSLR camera up to, I think it's 10 pounds. What it does is put it on through your belt, then you can have it on here. Then you can just always kind of in and out, like a little gun holster. Pow, to shoot a movie, and then pow, put it back in. Okay. Anyway, for filmmaker as me, that if I had to go out to shoot an interview by myself and use my DSLR camera, I just tighten this on on it, lock it up with this little clip here, push the cable, XLR cable here, and put it in the hell, and then I can shoot it and not have to worry about the audio. And then when it's done, stop it, and then push it back out, and you can look at it. It's very simple. Nothing to have to worry about. And somebody had tested to jump around like crazy. There's a video about it, and they have it wrong. And this little thing, most expensive one you can find is about $80. The cheapest one you can find is $14 for a little thing. So why are they so cheap? And why I'm buying so cheaply? Because if I lose them on the shoot, it would hurt my pocket. The thing I lost, this little shock mount that I lost, is $54 shock mount. That hurts my pocket. The little thing like this, $54. Okay. Now this one, cheap one, is $14. If I lose it, okay, I lost it. No. So it's not very problem. Any questions so far? Yes.
There's one. Does your DSLR record at least rudimentary sound so that
yes.
you can sync them up that way?
Yes.
Even if you don't use that track?
Correct.
Okay.
The DSLR camera I'm using is called the H2N. We do not have the way to control the audio, which is have the AGC automatic audio gain control set automatically, which is very, very annoying. Which means that if I keep this room is quiet, it will give you a hum. If I start talking, it will kill the hum. So it's a very, very bad way to record audio sound. However, when I'm shooting this, I will keep the audio on so I have something synced. So what we do in the set is, I don't want to carry around a clapboard. I do it in front of the camera, this. So I have the wave file to sync within, I can sync it fairly quickly. I'm not sure about you guys, but if I had the wave file together, one drop, I could get it right there. So for me, it's fairly quick. And I can immediately sync up all the audios and get it no problem. Problem with this kind of digital recorders is, if you shoot something over an hour long, you might have drifting issue because the timing, the battery, blah, 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 it can happen. So you may have 1 or 2 frames of drift. Okay, so your audio and video will be out of sync eventually. So Tascam have more problem that compared to Zoom. The Zoom has less problem, from what I've been told. But still, there's a lot of problem that set up that. And always record it the same format. If you record your audio or the video on 48 kilohertz, make sure you record at 48 kilohertz, not 44. But then there'll be a lot of problems to do down convert or up convert into it. Say.
Is there like a set amount of drift that you can predict 4 frames per hour?
On what I have read, about 2 frames per hour, so you can just reset it, it'll be good. But sometimes it doesn't happen, sometimes it does happen, so one never knows. Yeah, I read a lot because I'm a nerd. So that this is something that I kind of very passionate with. So when I go out to shoot, I carry a little bag with me with all of my DSLR stuff, and then carry this, put on my belt, and then move into the movie shoot or any shoot whatever I want, and get out there very quickly. So the police cannot stop in a harassment anymore. Yeah. Any questions so far? What time is it right now? I had to make sure I got my half an hour done, so this way you guys. All right, cool.
I just want to make sure I understand the audio. So, like when you're filming and you have one of the audio systems there, it actually syncs with what the camera is recording as well as what your audio recorder is recording?
No, you had to sync it yourself.
Okay.
Post-production.
Is to, you can sync up the video and audio usually with your client.
Right. So, I do have a few minutes. Maybe I can do a quick test. Who want to be the actor in front of the microphone? Go ahead. Anybody can come. Oh, one more couple of things I forgot to mention. Shotgun mics, they have 2 types of shotgun mics. One called the help me out a little bit. You guys are audio guys. One they use battery which have what?
This is same.
Direct.
What phantom power? Phantom power. Thank you. Phantom power. So there's one that uses phantom power, which is kind of cool because then most of the cameras do not carry their own power for the microphone. So it'll be easier for you to have. This got rusted, after 5 years only. And so you had to put battery into this, and then you will supply the phantom power that you needed to get going. Oh yeah, also if you want to get a bag, this Manfrotto bag, $38. It's actually bigger than I anticipated it was going to be, so I'm very happy with it. So everything I said so far here is cost me less than $300.
You two have disrupted my classroom for the last time.
What are you going to do about it? Spank us?
She can't spank us. It's against the law.
Spanking would be too easy. I'm going to cause more permanent damage.
And cut. Curious? Visit theindygathering.com, a film festival, and so much more.
Phantom power from Zoom or whatever.
Yes, and so is this one too. You have phantom power. So is this one too. But when you're shooting with directly to the camera, sometimes they don't have that many. Smaller cameras do not have the phantom power. So yeah, like the HV20 do not have phantom power, I believe. The 30, yeah. But I personally like phantom power just because it just makes it a little bit much more easier for me to work with, and don't have to worry too much. So we're gonna go a little bit crazy. We're gonna plug this into another cable. Anybody know how to what they call wrangle a table correctly? You know how that means? You know, back in the 80s they have those BNC cables, but this cable is used for cable TVs. They're very long for audios and videos. So when people do it like this, and it breaks. Inside it breaks like crazy. My theory, the new technology we're coming here now, this is okay because I haven't seen anybody actually do a test yet of this comparing to the right way to fold it out. I haven't seen anybody do the test with current cables. Yes, I know the older cable will do that because I've seen it myself. I see how the internal is, but I'm just a bit hesitant about it. So what it suggests is when you get a new cable from a microphone cable and it comes wrapped around like this, you just follow the order. So we keep it internally speaking, not to break apart through times. Make sense? Question?
Does the length of cord that you're using impact the quality of the audio that you're getting?
It does. It does. I don't think you actually want to go more than 25 feet. Some people go 50, it'll be okay. And everything makes impact. Like if you're running your audio cord next to your electricity cord, then yeah, you can have interference there. And depending on how the type of cord, some cords are so cheaply made that the shield is not enough to be able to go through. Let's see when I can hear you talking. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Hello.
You hear that?
Yeah. Oh. I was saying stuff. No, I'm not gonna. Go where?
Further away from it. So this is using a shotgun mic through the DL5. Say a few more words. Do a monologue.
Do a monologue.
I'm gonna get really into this. You guys ready?
What's coming up next anyway? Okay, thank you.
Can I talk to you for a minute? I just want to say a few things. I don't exactly.
Do you guys hear the air conditioner sounding coming in? Yeah. Because the microphone is facing out. Now face the mic downward and do the same thing again.
I don't exactly know what's going on here.
Can you still hear the fan AC a little bit less? A little less, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the difference between having it like this or like this. Sometimes when they are sitting down and you with a French shot head, then you maybe had to go to the door. If you don't have a boom pole, just have a volunteer, a intern, which I have a lot sometimes. Just sit out there. Make sure you feed them well. So that's how it sounded like with the mic. You're gonna come here a little closer. This is without a mic.
What?
Go talk.
That's without the mic. Keep going.
Talk here.
I don't exactly.
You hear the difference between that? You actually can even hear me yourself. Hello. So the difference is when you use the internal mic, will give you this echoey sound just like regular camera would give it to you. Okay. And so we always use a.
So you need a shotgun to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try this one now. You can go anywhere. We're volunteering all our actors. Eventually they're going to be all done for free now. And if they ask you money for it, you say, I don't know you. No, I'm just kidding. So for them, they always come back to you. You always feed them well, and they will always come back to you again, right?
Right. That's right.
Well, make sure that they shoot only a couple hours for them. They send them home. So you don't feed them.
I don't exactly.
Okay. I still had to play with this. I just got it recently because I got a more expensive one, and then it kind of broke on me, so I sent it back and got this one. Okay, keep talking.
I don't exactly know.
Can you guys hear? No, that's the reason why.
But
there you go.
I do know that statistics are against us.
So this sounds better than that one, isn't it? And
Yeah, it does.
technically speaking, all the specs, those two are the same. And including the spec for the zoom are the same. But somehow this sounds a little better. You know why? Because you're not going through this little cable here. That's all the difference is. Oh man, I had to stop. See? Good thing somebody's all right. And now one more question before I had to pack up and go. Thank you very much, Taylor.
Using a lav mic, have you ever, they always say that there's a possibility you're going to pick up a CD or something like that. Have you ever?
No, I did have problem with the XLR. When you're not grounded, I pick those up.
Really?
Yeah, but with the wireless mic, I make sure that I use different circuit and not to be around the same circuit with the lights.
No. I mean like a CD radio.
No, I don't know how to pick it up. Nope.
Okay.
So I've been fortunate. I do have another type of cheaper mic that I use when I'm running out with the DSLR. I don't feel like use professional microphone, which is those wireless ones, $25.
Where'd you get this?
How much did I have?
I should know that. I think that was your standard response.
Yes, I shop there. I shop there a lot. So, any other question? Yes.
Any tips on getting the best sound in
make sure that there's a level that you want to use. You don't want to go over, what's the level, 12, minus 12? Yes, I'm getting out. This is the last one. I'm packing up right now. I'm going to cry. They're going to win the best acting.
You don't know Giant from out of town. He's at the top. He's the best. Super guy.
I'm going to throw out that. Anyway, yeah, keep it. I think it's minus 12, right? The composer back there, you should probably tell that more than I do. Minus 12? Yeah, keep it that level, and then you should have a fairly good audio. And if somebody scream, keep it away. Further away as possible. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, bring them back in the studio, do ADR. It's not difficult to do, but it takes time. That's all it matters, the things. Right? Thank you, guys.